B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All we need is a 10 and a 5 or a car and a key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run.
Welcome to the Beer Run, part of the BSnbeer Network, the only Saints podcast and YouTube show with a 2-drink minimum and takes as bad as Dennis Allen as a head coach.
That's a joke, boy. You missed it. Went right past you. You gotta keep on your toes. Put toes at it.
Now, don't let the rooster fool you. That's not a joke. I'm being serious. With me, as always, my good friend, Dale Lil Dice. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, man. It's bad, Craig. It's pretty damn bad, all right? Nothing make me want to jump off the bridge more than losing to the Falcons. So it's really, really painful. Yeah, man. We're going to try to get through 4 down.
The only teams I hate as much as the Falcons are like the Vikings.
Yeah.
I already did that. Mm-hmm. We get the Rams in a couple weeks. Maybe we can cross that one off the list too of losing to all of my least favorite teams.
Yeah.
And we can always lose to the Falcons again because we played them on the road. We still get to play them at home, and we're worse at home. So it's all going to get worse before it gets better. That's great. Oh, smiles.
This run defense.
That used to be the strength of our defenses. Before we go down the path of bleak misery and doom, happy Thanksgiving belated to everybody. I hope everyone had a great time with their family and ate lots of food. And I know I certainly gained a couple of pounds, and I hope all of you did too.
Yeah.
So before we all jump off bridges because our favorite football team is not very good at football, remember that this is the holidays and people love you. I don't, but people out there love you.
People somewhere. That's right.
Somewhere, someone loves you. I promise.
That's right, Craig. All right, well, we're going to try to get through 4 downs today. We're going to talk about some beer. We're going to recap the game versus the Falcons. Then we're going to kind of just talk about the season. Where did things go wrong? All right, we'll talk about that, and we will preview the upcoming game versus the Lions. So referees, get out there, spot the ball. Let's get this thing going.
First down, Saints.
All right, Craig, what you drinking, bruh?
Okay. Doctor's orders. I'm still off the sauce for a little while. But This is the beer run. So I have here Barg's root beer.
Dang.
Because I wanted to have a beer. So I'm having root beer.
Good
and
touch.
It's a bottle, and it's got a cap, which means I can open it.
Hell
so I
yeah.
can tell you it's going to taste like root beer, and it's not going to have any alcohol. But how does it sound? It sounds like a beer that's living vicariously through my imagination. Cheers.
Good touch.
Oh,
there,
that's
Craig.
so good, though.
touch.
It's so good. I know it's not beer. I know it's soda and it's poison. It's terrible. But, that's so tasty. So tasty.
You ever had those, not your dad's root beer or whatever?
I have. They are not terrible at all. Terrible at all. Highly recommend.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I had those. That's good to drink around the winter time, I think. So I need to seek that out.
I'm limping along the sobriety train, so I'm gonna. It was this or kombucha, and I don't want to be made fun of by anybody else from being from California.
Oh, we get some of those the Guinness, the 0% alcohol Guinness or whatever.
They got no alcohol Guinness now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've been seeing
I'm not
lots
above
of
trying that on this show. I'll do it. I'm gonna go find it for next week.
Yeah, we're seeing lots of commercials about it. So,
okay.
All right. Well, today I am drinking something a little bit harder. We got Makers.
Yeah, I'd say a little bit harder.
All right, this was a tough one, Craig. Okay, and I don't take losing to the Falcons lightly. So we can't lose those games.
Nor should I. Picked a hell of a time in my life to take a break from alcohol. I tell you what.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What I
don't know how you getting through.
It's probably for the best. I would have had about 75 beers on Sunday and either be dead or have killed somebody. So it's all better, really, that I'm having.
Yeah. I guess you're saving the world here, Craig. That's what you're doing.
Not all heroes wear capes, although I sometimes wear capes.
Second down.
Let's get to some news here, Craig.
I don't want it. It's nothing good. You're not going to tell me anything happy right now. No one listening to this podcast or watching this YouTube show is going to be happy about anything we have to say.
I'm sorry.
I am the ray of sunshine of not only this show, but most Saints podcasts. I am more positive than most Saints people that you're going to listen to. And I am done with all of this nonsense. I don't know how anyone else is finding some sunshine right now. Whew. Give me some news.
Maybe if you're Ross Jackson, you find some sunshine.
God bless Ross. I love him. I love him so much. I want to give him a big hug because he's all we have left at this point.
Yeah.
Him and maybe T-Bob.
Yeah, that's another one. You're right. You're right. JPP, he's out of New Orleans. He's been signed off the practice squad by Miami. He did thank the city of New Orleans. I appreciate that. He thanked us before Anthony Davis did. So
that's the gift that keeps on giving is how much of a trash human Anthony Davis is.
Yes,
man. I don't blame JPP at all, man. We left him on the practice squad. He wasn't on the active roster, despite Cam Jordan getting hurt. We could have put him on the 53 days ago, and he'd have a job. But instead, Dolphins say, "Hey, you can be on our active roster. You can get a whole paycheck." Yeah, I would too. Shoot. Like he's over there trying to count the reasons to stay, and he runs out of fingers. You know, why would you? Is that too soon? Hey, whatever. Former Saints, I don't care about, so I make these jokes. It's fine.
That's right. Former Saint. Get out of here, kick rocks.
Saint legend, JPP. And he only had one less sack this year than Cam Jordan.
Right. Yeah.
Ooh, people aren't gonna like that. Ooh,
truth hurts.
I don't like it either. I got his autographed jersey in the back room, and it's not on the wall right now. I'll tell you what. Wow. He's such a great player, and he's had such a great career that if this is like him falling off, okay, he was the best player on so many bad defenses. We wasted him for a decade. It's like. It's sad that it's over, but I'm gonna smile because it happened. He's one of my favorite players. I'm not upset about him. If he's gonna suck, he's gonna suck.
Listen, he still got a contract, so we better figure out something to do with him.
At this point, he needs to be a rotational guy. He can't be Iron Man Cam Jordan anymore. So we need to get more defensive ends, and all the ones we draft suck, and all the ones we trade for suck, and all the ones that we sign a free agency get signed off the practice squad. So what are we gonna do? What are we doing? Whew.
Yeah. I think I'd like to see him move inside. Become that.
They're different positions, right? Like you understand that. Like that's
you can still rush the pass from inside. We see the good pass rushers do it all the time. So it's like the cornerbacks transition to safety.
You see the great pass rushers do it on 3rd and long and in ideal passing situations. So you want to make him a situational, 3-tech, like that's.
We gotta do something with him. I know that. We can't cut him.
You're not lying. Get an improvement. Improve the defensive end position, and then you can move him wherever the hell you want.
You definitely got to do that too. But this is my suggestion for what to do with him.
Well, I thought Peyton Turner and 2 firsts were going to be our 2 ends, and
Nope. Groupie, he's kind of shaken up, injured. What is the injury there?
Remember, all right, so last week, the Friday before the game, he showed up on the injury report with a strained groin. He was a full participant in practice, and he ended up playing in the game. And let's be honest, playing very well. He missed that one kick late. The game was kind of decided, and he hit the first 5. I mean, I don't think anyone should be holding that against him, to be honest.
Yeah.
And, it looks like he probably re-aggravated that groin out there kicking as much as he freaking did.
Okay.
And they're getting some competition to see if he's going to – I don't think it's competition. I think it's if he misses time, if he's not ready to go on Sunday kind of situation.
Okay, so just getting their list together.
It'd be real weird to replace a guy after a good performance, with all of the bad performances we've just seen.
Right.
And not having anyone try out for their positions.
Yeah. But, DA could be showing them, hey, you mess up, you get replaced.
Shut up, Dennis Allen. I swear. He can't show anyone anything. You are your record. You are your history. You are, what is he, 5-6 right now? And this is the best record he's ever had this late in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Look, man, I went to bat for him. Like, oh, he just can do we just have to be okay on offense. We're not. We have to be great on defense. We're not. And we can win with Dennis Allen. All he had to do was be Ed Orgeron. Have good coordinators and just pilot the ship and let everyone else do their job. It's not working. He's not a good head coach. We just gotta perform better. We gotta keep doing what we're doing. We gotta play better. Shut up, Dennis Allen. You've said it every week. It doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yep.
It probably never meant anything then either.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It never meant anything.
It never meant anything. Look, Gail's not the kind of person. Mickey's not going to fire a guy mid-season. Mm-hmm. So he's here for the rest of this season. But short of a division title, I don't know how you save him.
Yeah. Look,
a division title might be at 8 and 9. Let's be real. But
I thought of this game versus the Falcons as the head coach that loses this division will get fired of those two, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Because to me, the expectations are similar. The way that the team, the fan base viewed the teams were similar. And so, you have to win the division or else you're out.
The fan base thing is a little different because, Saints have fans. The Falcons have a few bandwagon pieces of shit because they don't have a real fan base. But other than that, yeah, I can see where it's sort of, similar. I don't know that either of these guys make it out. If you don't win the division, you don't keep your job. Dennis Allen could win the division at 8 and 9, and he probably still shouldn't have the job.
Mm.
But yeah, if he wins the division, whatever record that takes, he's staying.
Yeah, see that was my fear at the beginning when we were talking about we just want to be the king of trash, right? We want to win that division, but at the same
picturing
time,
a raccoon and like the king of trash. I pictured a raccoon. I don't know why I did. Looking at not only how easy our schedule was, but all of the backup quarterbacks we played.
Yeah.
If we had a regular schedule, we'd be talking about a top 5 pick right now. We are not playing well. And I don't want to say we're not a good team because we have a lot of really good players. But what we've been overlooking this whole time is that shit coaching can derail a good team full of players. And it's happened. It's happened. Pete Carmichael and Dennis Allen were too much. They were too much to overcome. The players couldn't do it. The players couldn't win in spite of them.
Yeah. Let's talk about this game, Craig.
I don't want to.
Saints lost to Falcons 24-15. Give me your overall thoughts about this game.
One of the most infuriating games I've ever watched in my entire life. Had chances. When the play before we threw that pick 6, I remember thinking, oh, we're about to go up 10-0. We're controlling this game. Fuck you, Atlanta.
Offense moving.
This division running through us. Well, fuck you, Atlanta. What the fuck is this? Oh, you're gonna run the ball when you're down 15, 16-0? Get out of here. Pick 6 changed the entire game.
Yes.
We never recovered from that. When I thought we were coming back, and then Taysom Hill has his fumble, which that was a big problem for him earlier in his career that he kind of fixed and hasn't fumbled in a long time. And then, it was just a great play punching it out. And when he fumbled on the 5 or whatever it was, we were never coming back in that game. And I know, if Groupie makes the field goal and then we get an onside kick and then we get a Hail Mary, and it's like, shut up, dude. Like we lost when we settled for a 5th field goal attempt.
Yeah. The Saints 0-5 in the red zone.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, really.
Like you don't accidentally score.
Yeah.
And I want to say, because before I was saying, you don't accidentally score in the red zone with Michael Thomas. Oh, he's hurt. With Chris Olave. Okay, he's hurt. With Rashid Shaheed. Okay, he's hurt. Juwan Johnson. Okay, he's hurt. Jimmy Graham. Oh, he wasn't active today. So once you get down there, you have Taysom Hill fumbled inside the 5. You have Alvin Kamara, and a quarterback who can't throw to save his life inside the 20. So, here's the problem. Here's the problem. Is losing this game doesn't help anyone. So there's 2 camps in Saints fans, right? Saints fans who are like, I don't care that Dennis Allen is head coach. I just want to win. Win at all costs. Don't care. And there's the camp over here is like, I would rather lose and get rid of Dennis Allen, get rid of Pete Carmichael, and just blow it up because this is not good enough. And neither team wins now because the blow it up camp, the other side can just say, well, everyone was injured. It's not really their fault. They were in position to win that game. That fumble inside the 5, the pick 6. If you change those 2 plays, we win. If, Olave doesn't get hurt, we probably win. If Shaheed doesn't get hurt, we're in better position. So even the guys who want to fire everybody, they can't take a win from this because the argument is still, oh, we lost because of injuries or because of penalties or yada, yada, yada. And the people who just want to win, they don't get anything either because we fucking lost to our worst enemies.
Right.
This is the worst thing that could have happened to us.
Yeah, for sure. I've been saying all season, forget the excuses. Your team is your team. You went in with, 53 people and guys on a practice squad or whatever. Like this was the best group we put together. And okay, go out and win now. And that's what we got to do. So I don't want to hear any more excuses about injuries. We've been saying the same thing for like the past 3 seasons.
No, and it's bullshit. We were one of the healthiest teams in the league, and we were losing games. Anyway. When we played Minnesota, we were completely healthy, basically.
Right. And those teams beat us with their backup quarterbacks and guys that they just signed off the street. So
beat us with a freaking astronaut that looks like complete garbage as soon as he's not playing us.
I mean, this dude looked like trash on Monday night.
Yeah. Look, and
that's my damn fantasy game.
I'm not above being wrong, and I am, man. I thought that the defense was going to be great.
Yeah.
And I thought that Derek Carr was going to be good. I thought he would be good enough for these weapons for our offense to be good. I thought we were going to win 10 games. I don't know that we're going to win 7 now. We are not a good football team. Derek Carr has been god awful, and you can say it's Pete Carmichael not tailoring it to him.
Yeah.
You can say it's the receivers not being on the same page, but it all translates into the same thing, and the same thing is not being a good offense. Oh, in between the 20s, I don't care. There's no scoreboard for in between the 20s.
Thank you. Thank you. Yep.
So frustrating. I hate being the negative guy. I hate this. I want to be pumping sunshine right now. I'm not gonna, we're only a half game back, really, because we're only back by a tiebreaker. We have the same record as everybody. We're right there.
Screw all that. You got to win your game.
The infuriating part is we're going to lose next week to the Lions. We'll get to that later. Falcons are probably going to lose because they suck. The Bucs are probably going to lose. We're going to be tied basically for first again next week, and they're going to drag us along. We're not going to be able to just check out and look and watch draft picks because we're still there because the division is still terrible. Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So let's talk about some of the players. We did see Olave have a pretty good game. 9 targets, 7 catches.
Until Derek Carr put him in the hospital.
114 yards, yes. And then he came down really hard, and now he's in the concussion protocol. So
the basic going rate for that this season has been missing 1 week. So I would expect him to miss 1 week.
We'll see. Look, Shaheed left the game with the injury.
Quadricep. So, his whole thing is being fast. And now he can't run.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wonderful.
But one of the things with him, he missed the red zone opportunity because there was a touchdown he should have had at the front of the end zone. Carr put it low.
Because he's an undrafted rookie guy who we drafted to be a kick returner. Yeah. We're trying to turn into a number 2 wide receiver, and he ain't good at it yet.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm sorry, but that's what he is. He's a deep threat development guy, and he's not ready to be your go-to in the red zone. You have Michael Thomas for that, or you had Michael Thomas for that. You have a Jimmy Graham for that. You have Alvin Kamara for that. You have Juwan Johnson for that. None of them are showing up. None of them are healthy. The sky is falling. All is bleak. There is no love or happiness. All things are darkness.
Yep. Well, we better find some wide receiver depth because Shaheed and Olave may be missing this week.
Someone get Traquan Smith on the phone.
There you go.
I want to see Traquan Smith, Marquez Callaway, and Keith Kirkwood all out there at the same time. It'll be like the B-listers all-star team. I love it.
Yeah.
Gimme.
We see Get to see what Carr can do with those guys.
We may throw for less than 100 yards this week.
Like Winston did. Well, let's hear what DA had to say about the wide receiver depth here.
I thought Lynn Bowden did a nice job in some of the opportunities that he had. Obviously, I think Chris Olave stepped up big in this game. It hurt not having him, to be able to finish out the game. But we've got some other guys on the team, and other guys are going to have to step up and play if certain guys are unavailable.
So
you know what? Don't shut up, Dennis Allen. All that was fine. Everything he said was correct. Lynn Bowden Jr. looked good. I liked him. And they were clowning at him earlier this year. You're just the blocking guy, right? You just block, because he was a tell, because he was only on the field for blocking them.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
But he had a couple good runs. He made a couple plays, Good for him, man. He's a bottom of the roster guy who shouldn't have the ball thrown to him, but he did fine, I guess.
Yeah.
He's right. Olave looked really good until he got hurt. Frustratingly so.
So just kind of looking at the other depth at wide receiver, Key Kirkwood, Bowden, A.T. Perry. You've got Marquez Callaway on the practice squad. You also have Jontre Kirkland on the practice squad at wide receiver. And so if indeed the Saints decide not to go outside of the building, these will be the guys that you're looking at to produce at the wide receiver spot. But more than likely, they're going to ask more of the running game and Taysom Hill.
Yeah, I think with the injuries to Olave and to Shaheed, looked at being short term. I don't think we're going to go out and get somebody. It would take as long to get them up to speed as it will to get them back. So I don't think we're going to go sign anybody. I think it's going to be in building stuff. And yeah, we got to freaking run the ball, especially playing against a team with a good offense, which is the first time we played one since Jacksonville. This is a good team with a good offense who scores a lot of points. Yep. And you need to keep them on the fucking sideline. So you need Kamara to get some first downs. You need Taysom Hill. You need to convert third downs. All of these things we're not good at.
Yep. Let's go to the defensive side of the ball. We saw Cam Jordan get injured in this game. And I mean, that's troubling because the defense is already struggling to produce sacks. And this past game, we did not produce any sacks at all. And Dennis Allen talked about the defensive line not producing sacks.
I think there was really maybe one or two opportunities, to get to the quarterback that we didn't take advantage of. He didn't hold on to the ball very, very, very much. I think there was probably, two opportunities, one on a scramble there at the end of the first half that he got out. But, I thought we had a chance to potentially get him on the ground. There was a play earlier in the game where he kind of got out to, our defensive right, where I felt like we had an opportunity to potentially get him on the ground.
There you go.
Shut up, Dennis Allen. That's terrible. Yeah. Okay. They ran the ball on us so well that they never had to be an obvious passing situation. So you didn't have a lot of, third and longs to come after the guys. Mm-hmm. But when they did, they converted them because we have no pass rush. Mm-hmm. Like we're not, and when we did send pressure, he punished us for it. And he sucks. Desmond Ridder sucks. Mm-hmm. The wheels are completely falling off of this defense. The pass rush isn't there. The corner depth, which was really strength, is being tested because, we got a couple of guys down now. The corners are either old or inexperienced. Matthew and May are old and Howden is inexperienced. So there's no one out there who's just in their prime. And, Matthew had a good game, on those couple of picks because, he's wily and that's what he does. But he also got beat a bunch and missed a bunch of tackles. There was no one on this defense looked good. Demario Davis looked slow. Mm-hmm. Pete Warner missed tackles. Adebo got beat a couple times. No one on this defense looked like they were playing all that well. And this offense sucked. It's just so disheartening. Like we talk about, there's a lot of talk about identity. What's the identity of the Saints? Oh, well, you run the ball, you take some deep shots, and you play good defense. We don't do any of that right now.
Mm.
It's hopeless look to watch, and we're not the worst team. So I don't know how people do this on worst teams. Like we're 5-6, and we feel like it's the worst thing in the world. How many teams are like 2-8, and they're like, "Oh man, I would kill to be 5-6 right now."
Yeah.
Maybe we should think about that. Maybe think about, okay, well, we're not good enough to compete, but we're not bad enough for a high draft pick. Fuck.
Right. And that's a problem in itself too. The Falcons obtained 15 of their first downs through rushing. And we saw Ritter rush the ball 7 times for 30 yards. Dennis Allen talked about the defense and their play versus running quarterback.
You're going to say you just have to play
There's
better.
some rush lane integrity things that we need to be better at. There's some second level, third level of the defense where we've got to be able to recognize and come get a guy down on the ground. So, it's a concern of ours, and we're working hard to try to address it.
I can't do this. I can't do this every week.
It should make you feel better knowing that Dennis Allen knows it and he's all over it right now, Craig.
I have physical pain. I am in physical pain. I hate that man right now so much. Oh my Lord. We have to play better.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's so simple. That's
you, the defensive mastermind, the guy who built this defense and got all the players that you wanted into it. You think they got to play better? That's your job. That's your job to make sure they play better. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Yep. That's DA's breakdown.
Can't do
there.
it. I can't. I quit. I'm open to new teams. What are the Browns doing nowadays? I don't know. Somebody send me something. I don't know.
Craig hitting the transfer portal, y'all.
I need a drink.
Third down for what?
Let's look at the season in review and let's figure out, where did we go wrong? What happened, Craig?
So what happened was we kept Dennis Allen as head coach. And then we kept Pete Carmichael as offensive coordinator. And then we got Derek Carr.
Mm-hmm.
And then we all lied to ourselves that it was going to work.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what went wrong.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Okay.
No, you know what? The signs were, we started the season 2-0. Unconvincing wins against bad teams. Sure, fine. You win your games, it doesn't matter. We're 2-0, and we go to Green Bay, and we're up 17-0. That was the whole season right there. If we finish that game off and we start 3-0 and we have some momentum, I think everything's different. I think that whipping we get from Tampa Bay is different. I think the morale going down the stretch, getting Kamara back with some momentum, I think everything is different. If we didn't blow that game, even if Carr got hurt, but we were able to hang on and just score once in the second half to win that game, I think it changes the entire season. This last week is kind of the microcosm of everything, where we started strong and then we threw that pick six. Green Bay to me is the pick six. And we kept, convincing ourselves it was okay, that we were going to right the ship. We blow out New England. We have a good game in Indianapolis. We lose some other games. We play a little bit better, play a little bit worse. But it's never been the same. It's never felt like we were a good team like it did halfway through the Green Bay game. 2.5 games into the season, we were a good team. We were up 17-0 on the road. We're 2-0. We're about to be 3-0. We're in control of everything. We're going to be in the conversation. And everything changed. That was my turning point for the whole season.
I do understand what you mean, because I felt pretty differently about the offense after that Green Bay game, and started to really question, are we ever going to fix the offense and become productive? And then that Tampa Bay game happened, and again, the way that we think about every team in our division, that was a low point for me.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that Tampa Bay game was it for me. But do you think we kind of swept some things under the rug versus New England?
We did. I think that's twofold. I think in hindsight, in retrospect, Green Bay was the turning point where we knew, or we should have known, that we were not the team we thought we were going to be.
Right.
For me, I lied to myself week in, week out, that we were a good team going to get it together until Sunday, when we got our asses kicked in a winnable game against a bad team in Atlanta.
They're bad.
That, for me, the blindfold came off, and I could see everything I've been lying about and hiding from the whole season. Again, a 5-6 team. We won 5 games, and we're talking like we're the worst team in the world. But the standard is different. We're not trying to be a 500 team. We're expecting to be a playoff team, a competing team, and we're not good enough, and we're getting worse. All these other teams that started off really bad have been improving week to week, and we might be getting worse. We played 3 divisional games. Carolina, Tampa Bay, Atlanta. We beat Carolina, and we scored 2 offensive touchdowns in that game, both by a running back who is not on the team anymore. Did not score a touchdown against Atlanta. We did not score a touchdown against Tampa Bay. We have scored 2 touchdowns in 3 division games, neither of which were by a player currently on the roster. How do you justify that?
Right.
How do you dance around it? Our last 32 drives as an offense have produced 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
2 were by Jameis Winston on desperation time when Carr was hurt, and 1 was Taysom Hill when Carr wasn't on the field. Look, I love Derek Carr. I love the signing. I like him as a dude. I like him as a person, but it's not working. And you can't, there's no way to hide that anymore.
Yeah. Usually when the Saints have a good season, we see impacts from the rookie class. And just looking at our rookie class so far, the most impactful guys I can point out have been Breezy, Howden, Saldiveri, and A.T. Perry.
Oof. And A.T. Perry, impactful is a strong way
right.
to put it.
He caught a touchdown.
I like Perry, and I think he's gonna stick around for a little while and maybe develop. But I like Salvaderi. Is that how you say it?
Saldiveri.
What a dumb name. I like him. I think he's a good piece. I think he's going to stick around. I think Howden has shown some really good signs in his limited duty. But I think Brazil's a good player, and I think he's going to be a good player. So I don't think that this draft class is particularly bad. We've got 4 guys who are playing and contributing, and that's a lot to ask of any one draft class. I think is having 4 guys that are playing, right?
Yeah, but I'm looking back at something like what was it?
Don't say 2017.
17 and 06.
Unicorn season. 06 and 17 were unicorn seasons. Get that out of here.
I'm just pointing out those were the really impactful rookie seasons, and those guys were like a big difference makers in that season right away. So.
Yeah, but like I said, those are the best 2 drafts we've ever had.
Yeah.
So those are the only 2 great seasons. 2009 draft class wasn't particularly amazing, and we won the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah, true.
So all right. So looking at our draft picks this year, Howden's a backup, Salvaderi's a backup, Perry's a backup, and Brazil. Would you call him a backup or a starter?
Yeah, he's a backup, rotational guy.
I guess backup. Yeah. So you didn't get any starters out of this draft, which I guess you'd want to get 1 starter per draft, like minimum. Does that seem like a reasonable ask?
Yeah.
So it's not like we crushed this draft. It wasn't great, but all of them made the team, and 4 of them are seeing minutes. So it's not like it's a bad draft, I guess, unless you know what? I take it back. Kendre Miller was in this draft class, and if I ever have to hear another Tulane person talk to me ever again, it's Kendre Miller's fault. So never mind. Terrible draft. Garbage. Trash it.
Yeah, but I'm just pointing out those were your top 4 rookies. And just hearing those names you kind of think back on their impact so far this season, and you know,
I mean, Howden
kind of
played
looks like
pretty
the season
well.
to me.
Howden played pretty well in some spots, and I think Brazil's got a good future.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't hate this draft class. Miller impressed everybody in camp, and then just got snake bit, and he's been out basically all season. So that sucks. It's a bummer, but I mean, I don't know that it makes him a bad pick or a bad player. It's just, he has no way of proving that yet, A little bit of Davenport syndrome. Except he didn't cost 2 first-round picks. He cost a third. So
they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
All right, 4th down, Craig. Let's talk about this game. Let's look at the Lions. Let's talk about what they bring. They're coming off of a 29-22 loss on Thanksgiving to the Packers.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. We saw them give up 3 touchdowns to Love. And
but Love is way better than Carr, so what's it matter? Look, the Beatles said it right, okay? Love is all you need.
Yeah. The Lions, their offense, they scored 7 most points in NFL.
Yep.
Second in yards per game with 416.
Ooh.
Their running game, they're led by Montgomery and Gibbs. And Montgomery has
Gibbs.
9 touchdowns.
I want Gibbs
so far
real bad in the draft. Gibbs remind you of Kamara?
He did.
Down to the tape. Like he looks like Kamara. Yeah,
yes.
I like him.
Yes, I said
mean,
that.
I hate where he went to college and all that, but
right. I said that when I saw him at Bama. I was like, "This is
like,
this AK clone."
I hate Bama and all that stuff, but okay.
Yeah,
man, they're good offensively. They got that tight end that you probably know better than me because you play fantasy football.
Sam Laporta. He's got 5 touchdowns so far this season.
He set their team record for tight end receiving yards already as a rookie.
Yeah.
So he's a monster. That's a good offense. And Jared Goff, is finally living up to his potential that he was showing as in Los Angeles or St. Louis, wherever he got drafted from initially. I don't care.
Yeah.
So they're good. They're a good offense. They're a good defense. They're a good football team. And I love Dan Campbell. He is so my type of head coach. He's a big, snarling asshole who's just passionate and beating his chest, and I love it. He's the antithesis of Dennis Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis Allen is calm and collected, and we just got to play better. We just got to keep doing. We got to stay the course. We got to do what we're doing. And Cam, I want that guy. I want that guy because this guy is not working. I want that guy.
Yeah.
I love Dan Campbell. I wish we could have found a way to keep him in the building. I love the guy. Oh, so yeah, man, they're good. My wife's family is from Detroit. She is a closeted Lions fan. Who's kind of being a little bit louder about it now that they're good again. So, my life will be miserable the next 2 weeks leading up to and following this beatdown. But that's the price you pay for love, I guess.
Detroit's defense coordinator is Aaron Glenn, who our secondary coach.
Oh, I didn't even realize that they had Glenn. Oh,
yep. He's coordinating their defense.
That's good.
That's just more former Saints up there.
The defensive end from Michigan is a monster. It's,
yes,
Hutchinson or whatever.
Aiden Hutchinson. Yep.
They have CD Deuce on the outside out there.
Yeah, he's been hurt though, so I don't know if he's going to come back for this game. But the defense.
I hope he stays hurt like that guy.
Yeah, they've been fine without him. On defense, they've had 23 sacks, but comparing that to the Saints had 18. So
we have 18. Wow.
Yeah, they're kind of neck and neck with that.
That's more than I thought because I kind of forgot that we ever had any ever.
So
we won't have any in this game, so don't worry about that.
But it's a little bit more of a positive point, because they have some trouble sacking the quarterback just like we do. The defense give up 23 points per game, while ours give up 20 per game. So that's positive.
Is that low?
Both of the defenses are giving up about the same amount of yardage per game at 320. So let's see if we can get some of our guys loose. versus them because last week Christian Watson had 94 yards and a touchdown versus that defense. So,
what receivers do you think are going to get loose for us? Honestly, A.T. Perry, Marquez
maybe A.T.
Callaway?
Perry will remember the route and get loose. Okay.
A.T. Perry blowing up for 11 catches, 154 yards, and 3 touchdowns would make me so happy I can't even explain to you. I would break objects out of sheer joy and massive erections. It would be amazing stuff, and it's not going to happen because we're going to throw for 94 yards and 2 picks and get shelled. Oh my God, I hate this so much. Oh.
But on their offense, we need to be able to stop Amon-Ra St. Brown.
No, we don't.
He has been a monster.
We need to stop the run. And they run the ball really fucking well. We are screwed. It used to be like a strength on strength thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, they run the ball real well, but we're one of the best run defense teams. Now, if you can run the ball, you can make Desmond Ridder look like a good quarterback.
Yeah. There you go.
And Jared Goff's I don't think he's great, but he's a whole hell of a lot better than Desmond Ridder. We're in trouble. It's just a bad matchup at a bad time.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of spiraling. I think DA is losing the locker room. A lot of our best players are injured. We're playing at home where we're not very good. It's a bad week.
Bad week. Indeed. As a Saints fan, look, Craig, I'm telling you, I'm very worried. I don't have much faith in this game. I don't know if you could talk me into picking the Saints today, but you can try if you want to here, Craig.
Okay, hear me out. We'll lower the lights a little bit. And I want everyone right here to relax. 5-6. It's not great. Falcons are 5-6. Bucs are worse than that. We're right there. We're only out of first place by a tiebreaker. And we play them again. No problem. It's okay. We can split with them and win the division. We can win the division at 8-9. It's all good. Only 2 things can happen at this point. Only 2 things. 1, play a little bit better, and we win our division, and we go to the playoffs, and we get to watch a playoff game for the first time in 3 years. That's fun. That's exciting. Or we don't. And all of you bastards who want to blow this thing up and start over and tank and see what that looks like, you all get your wish. It's a win-win, kind of. We either literally win and go to the playoffs, and we get to watch playoff football in the dome. It's going to be dope. We're going to be hoodatting in the streets. And we might lose, but we're one of a few playoff teams. We'll get a ticket to the dance. Or we all get rid of this bum and his whole setup, all these coaches, fire him into the sun, and start anew for a bright and glorious future.
There you go. I like that. When you stop throwing out this word, Craig.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
We definitely got to hit Jim Moore drop. Okay,
it's a coin flip. Only one of 2 things are going to happen. That's it. Either we're going to make the playoffs and get to watch the Saints in a playoff game, or we don't, and we all get our wish.
There we go.
That's all there is.
There we go. All right, let's make our picks here, Craig.
All right, so I am insane, and all of you know that.
Okay.
And I think that this is one of those times where we win, but despite all odds, because we keep losing to the teams we should beat. So why shouldn't we beat the team that we should lose to? Yeah. Whatever, we're the Saints. We don't give a shit. I remember the Aaron Brooks days. That was kind of our thing, is that we would lose to bad teams and we'd pull off wins against the good ones. Who cares? Who knows? Whatever. Maybe Honey Badger takes one to the house and we sneak out of this one. I think the Saints are going to lose. I'm picking them to win. I am taking the Saints 26-24 on a late defensive stop where Jared Goff does something incredibly stupid, and the football gods give us a little tiny bit of touchback for the last time Goff was in the Superdome.
Okay,
that's it. That's it. At 26-24 Saints. Who dat, baby? Oh, God.
I like it, Greg. All right. So back to reality here. And
there goes gravity.
The score is going to be, I'd say 28-16 Lions. That's my score prediction.
Look, I'm gonna be real with you. We're not scoring 16. We're not scoring 24. What is this? We might get shut out. I don't fucking know anymore. Oh my God. But relax, because only one of two things can happen, and both of them are kind of good in a way, I guess. Right?
Either way it goes, we win, Craig.
Either way it goes, we get the excitement of starting anew with a new head coach and looking for a new quarterback and drafting in the top 10.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Or we get to watch a fucking playoff game. That's exciting too.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Cool.
That's some cool shit right there. We have one of two cool fucking things coming up, guys. That's fun. We either get to be a playoff team or we get to pick in the top 10. We're somehow in the conversation for both. What the fuck?
There you go. Dang on it.
I love it. I love how much I hate it.
Craig, you need to drop this clip to some news stations so you can be a spinner and spin stuff. Love it.
There's like 19 of these clips that I need to be putting on. I'm too famous for this show at this point.
I love it, man. I love it. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for us today on the beer run.
We know you have a choice of wasting an hour of your life on another podcast or a YouTube channel, and you're spending it with us, which is great. And we're so thankful in the spirit of Thanksgiving. We're so thankful for that. For the entire BS and Beer family, for Lil Dice, for Dave's Loud Ass Truck, for B Train, for the Godfather Tumas, for all of the BS and Beer family. Have a beer. I'm the California Cajun. That's Lil Dice. Have a beer. It's on us.
Who that?
Remember to follow us on social media at bsnbeer Media. Also, smash the like button on YouTube and share with friends.